Hey everybody, welcome to part one of Larry's Patio restoration. 1969 John Deere Patio. I wanted to give you a little bit of background on the little mower first. Basically, my Uncle Larry passed away several years ago. When he did, this tractor was left at his house, and the realtor that was getting the place ready said a guy would be happy to haul these old tractors off for him. And I said absolutely not. So I went up and got them just so they would kind of stay in our family. And that's what they will do. This is a parts one he had, thank goodness, because that's going to help me put all the pieces back together as they go. But this is just a parts tractor here. We'll start with the body, which is not terrible. It's not terrible. The seat, as if you're watching this because you're looking up patio edition tractors, you know, are impossible to find and expensive if you do. So I haven't really figured out what I'll do there yet, because I doubt I'll spend the money to get an NOS one. But the floor pan itself, I can weld the holes up, take care of that, fix it all up. I should have started a little earlier on this, but where I'm at, basically I've got the mower disassembled completely, and you can see the original white dogwood white frame there. You know, funny thing about this, this mower kind of meant a lot to me because I remember when I was a kid, it was the prettiest mower I'd ever seen. It wasn't just your normal mower, it was white and orange. And as you can see the green. So I kind of want to do this to document that it is a patio, because a lot of people see the green would think it's fake. So it's not. Here's the rear axle housing, transaxle assembly. Still got all the white on there, as you can see, inner and outer. Yeah, a lot of work to do there. The engine, I do know Stevens put a lot of work into this one. I think he rebuilt it back when he was younger. I hope he gets to watch this video also. Also making this for Russell to see. He's down in Florida. Kind of keep up with the build as I go. But the engine did run when I took it apart. But I'll take it apart a little bit, clean it, gasket it, things like that. Because it will be white, so any leak's going to show really bad. But basically what I'm doing, all the parts, every little part of the tractor, I'm taking down and sandblasting. Okay, you can see most of the pieces there. Also kind of wanted to, I don't know, give some of my technical advice on paint and refinishing. That's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. Not necessarily tractors, but automobiles. And I'm going to use some products on this that I'd like to share with people that are doing different tractors, because I found a primer that is really, really good for this kind of stuff. See the front wheels? Basically, I've just got a very small little sandblast cabinet I'm using. Works great though. Use different type grits. The cast stuff, like the front axle, used a rougher, coarser grit. Some of the smaller pieces used a finer grit. The tank, you can see the gas tank's already been blasted and primed with the primer I want to tell you about here just in a second that I'm going to be using. But basically this tractor will be the dogwood white and the sunset orange. I wanted to make the video to document this also. You can see that is an original orange underneath that green that I believe Larry resprayed in around 78 or 9. Is I think what Russell told me. I'll get some new stickers for it. Basically, it's just like a little time capsule for us and our family. So we're going to get it all fixed up. We're going to restore it to pristine condition, and it'll stay in the Hunt family from now on. These tractors are kind of valuable these days, but it's not about the money. It's a sentimental thing for us. You can also see it is a 69 model. If you do serial numbers and things, if anybody's got any comments on this serial number, feel free to comment for me on that. And then the dash there. So I do have most of the parts. The only thing I'm going to have to really search for is a seat. And I might take some comments on what type tires ought to be put on this. It had the slick Carlisles on the front, and on the back it's got the, you can see it's got the treaded there. But I'm thinking about, I think they call them agricultural type. Russell, you might be able to remember what it had on it originally. We got a visitor here, and he's okay though. He can come in. Come on in, bud. But yeah, there's the parts there. Now I want to tell you about the primer I'm using. Those of you that may be looking for something that's good for going over sandblasted material and be able to work your way up. Okay, so this is Performance PPG Commercial Performance. I've been using it a little bit, and I really like it. What's good about it is direct to metal. If you've done a lot of auto body, paint work, whatever, my go-to on restoration was always an epoxy primer, body work, then primer, filler, surfacers and things of that nature. But this is a 2-to-1 high build epoxy, which probably some of you are cringing right now because epoxy typically doesn't sand very good, but this stuff really does. It has a great build to it, and it does sand really good. So I thought it would be ideal for all these tiny pieces. Instead of having to prime and block or all those things, I'm just basically going to put a couple of coats of this on it. If they're slick, you've got, like, I don't have the tech sheet in front of me, but I think it's a week or so that you can actually paint over top without having to reapply. The window stays open. But if you want to, you can block sand it, smooth it up, and then finish it on out. So that's what we're going to be using on it. This is part 1. And if there's any experts on these mowers out there, I'd love to get comments from you, advice, maybe some things like that on colors. I haven't decided on I think I found the paint code for it. Probably doing enamel. My experience, enamel or single stage is better for a lot of small parts, because clear coat tends to get a little bit grainy and things and all the little cracks and crevices, whereas a single stage or a enamel, you can kind of really put it on there and get in all the cracks and crevices a little better. So more than likely I'll use that. I may use a base clear on the orange part, but that is part 1, and I hope you enjoy. And so, family that's keeping up with it, I'll try to do more videos as we go along through the process, and don't expect it to be done in a week. It'll be probably years. So anyway, but we did get started. Talk to you later.